What is going on, guys? Sonic and the Bean Show here. Today we are looking at the brand new Jakks specific classic supersonic action figure. So this is part of their Jakks Gold line is what they call it. Haven't reviewed these in about a year now, I do believe. Well, I should say I haven't reviewed the Sonic ones in about a year, and this is a figure that I completely forgot all about. I know I definitely talked about it when it was first revealed, but I don't think it was ever released yet around that time, at least not in the United States. But I was finally able to find one, and I'm quite interested in what we got going on here since this is the only 4-inch classic supersonic figure as of now. It's just in a different paint job that I'm going to get into, but let's take a look at the packaging. So we get a front open window of the figure and then the accessory right here. So it's coming with the white Chaos Emerald, but you know, the way how it is the same way how, you know, the other Jakks Gold figures are. But you got supersonic with Chaos Emerald, we got the Jakks Gold logo here. Well, it's really just the Jakks specific logo in gold, but here is a top view of the figure, and we got the Sonic the Hedgehog logo there. Here is the bottom, here's the side, which we just got a render shot of the figure, and then the logo up there. And then the other side we got this, and then here is the back, which we just, you know, we've already seen that picture right there. But you know, we got like this Jakks Gold sort of description there right here that we get with the other figures, really. And yeah, that's pretty much the packaging right there. So without further ado, guys, let's go ahead and crack this out of the packaging and take a closer look. Alright, so here's how the figure looks out of the box right here. So this is actually our first ever 4-inch classic supersonic figure, except this time this is just part of their Jakks Gold line, and in that line they usually just do like some different paint jobs with the figures they include here. Now for classic supersonic, I don't know what they were trying to do with this one. It's kind of weird, honestly. Now my only guess, this is my guess right here, I'm guessing they were going with more of like an airbrush to look like classic Sonic is like flashing, because I know like in the classic games, at least the classic games, I know like when classic supersonic is super, there'll be like that white flash that flashes around him. And I'm guessing they were trying to do that, but I don't know why the quills would be like orange up here, and then the shoes is like kind of like in this hot pink sort of paint here, and then it kind of just, you know, has like the white around it. So I don't know. And then like the arms, they're not really like flesh like the, you know, like the mouth or the stomach. They're actually like painted yellow, which is weird. I mean, the mouth and then this I can understand because they got all the white to the front, but the arms though are still yellow, so that's really weird. Another thing that's also weird about this figure is the packaging actually showed the classic Sonic figure having a closed fist and then an open fist, but you know, in the once you get the figure out, it has two fists, so that's weird. I don't know, there's a lot of weird things about this figure I'm not really understanding, but it also just looks really like unfinished, really, because instead of it showing classic Sonic giving that glowing effect, it kind of looks like he just got like a sunburn, you know. I don't know, it just looks very odd. And so like here's the back, like the back quills, they have like an orange paint, you know, like to the tip really, and then it's yellow, but then it's all like white to the front, you can see, and there's like a little bit here to the stomach too. So yeah, I don't know, it's really weird, but I don't know, I'm not really a fan of it. So the head sculpt is actually the same as the 2.5-inch figure, except the mouth is just on this side. I think the 2.5-inch figure was just on the opposite side. The entire body mold is probably the same as the cell shaded Jakks Gold classic Sonic figure, where like the arms is just like slightly bent a little bit, not too bent, or it's not too close to the waist as the regular classic Sonic figure, but it does look pretty similar to that. Now as far as articulation, no surprise, it is the same way as the classic Sonic figure. So you get a head turn right there, full rotation to the arms. This arm's a little weird, I can move this arm a little bit better. You get a swivel to the wrist, and there is a hinge to the shoulder, which goes up about here. And then the legs, you can have them kick forward about here and then back about there, and then you have your knee joints, single jointed knees there, and then, you know, a ball peg to the feet, so you get a swivel out of that too. And yeah, that's pretty much that. Still no elbow joints or anything like that, because it is the same way as like this figure right here. Like, it looks like it has the same like arm mold and body mold, the legs and all that. So yeah, and since the figure is already top heavy enough, it's gonna want to lean back. But this leg right here is a little loose too. That's the weird thing about these 4-inch classic Sonic figures. At least for my Mighty figure, the legs will always be loose and then it'll be top heavy, and I can't really get the figure to stand. And I'm having that issue with this figure. So yeah. But that's pretty much that, really. That's all that's really going on. It's just weird because sometimes when the Jakks Gold figures, the paint jobs they'll usually do is something unique. Like, you know, we had like the cell shade in Sonic, and then Metal Sonic had the metallic paint job. And then the Mario figures, they'll either have like an extra accessory or they'll like update the eyes or whatever like that. But this one is just... It's weird because it's a figure that never came in the main line, but it's also just a paint job that's just very questionable. But it almost just looks unfinished, in my opinion. So that's probably why I'm like not really feeling this figure as much. And I know like the Mecha Sonic one looks cool because that's like all like a metallic paint job to it, so that's fine because that's a robot. But I don't know, it's just that like for this figure it wasn't needed. I actually almost forgot, but for the accessory, it does come with the white Chaos one right here. This also came with the Super Silver figure, of course, but you are also going to get it with this figure. Alright, now for your comparison, here it is compared to the other 4-inch classic Sonic figures that's been released before. Here it is next to the 2.5-inch figure. And then finally, here it is next to the modern Supersonic figure, and it is still way too big. I know like the classic Sonic figures, they're not always going to be in scale with the modern figures. I'm trying to get them to stand perfectly straight right here. I gotta hold them, but yeah, you can still see that the figure's still way too big. Alright, so time for the final verdict on the figure. It's definitely not for me. It's pretty nice though to add a 4-inch classic Supersonic figure to the lineup, but at the same time, I would just wait for a regular release because I don't see them not doing that, and I'm still pretty shocked that we still have not gotten one yet. But the paint job on this figure doesn't look that great in my opinion. It almost comes off as a prototype, so I'm not really feeling this one in the slightest. Now, I picked mine up at Burlington, so I don't know if this figure is retailed anywhere else. But thank you all so much for watching. I hope you did enjoy the review. Let me know your thoughts down in the comments down below, and I will definitely catch you guys in the next video. Take care, my friends.